My name is John Curran, CEO of Alamance Regional, and it's my pleasure to welcome you here today. This is a milestone and another benchmark in our continuing work to meet our mission as an organization of providing extraordinary healthcare services here in our community, better serving our people and improving the health of our communities here in Alamance County. And that has indeed been the spirit of what we're doing here with our Building Something Special campaign and project. We're here today to recognize our partners that have been building our new facilities, to recognize those that have had a major role in starting to bring these facilities and this project to reality. We're here to thank our local suppliers and subcontractors who are playing an important role. It really is building something special. It is enhancing our ability, is making an investment in the care for future generations here in Alamance County. It's making a substantial investment in our economic growth here in Alamance County. So thank you for joining us. It is a great occasion. I want to recognize and thank some special folks for being in attendance with us today. Many members of our Alamance Regional family, our boards of directors. If you are a member of the Charitable Foundation Board, could you kind of let us know where you are and raise your hand? I see Brian Spangler, Ed Woodall. Thank you very much. How about, let's give them a hand. Thank you. How about our Alamance Regional Medical Center Board? I know a number of members of our board are here with us today. Thank you. We have some guests as well that I want to be sure to recognize. Bill Lashley, Alamance County Commissioner, is with us here. Bill, thank you for joining us. Tom Manning is here somewhere. Tom was coming. Tom may not be here yet. Was going to join us later. Mayor, I always say that because it's Mayor Jerry Peterman, Mayor of Graham, is here. And let me also say a special word of welcome to our new partners and colleagues at Cone Health who have joined us today. I know I saw Noah Burt here and Bob Goldstein, who are senior leaders with Cone Health, so we want to welcome you and thank you for being with us as well. Some members of our Alamance Regional team who have really stepped forward and taken responsibility for making sure that this project is successful. And let me start with some members of our senior team and other leaders here at Alamance Regional. And I'll just take them in the order that I have them here. Bill Payne, our Director of Facilities. Diane Aker, our Director of Biomedical Engineering. Bill and Diane are the dynamic duo when it comes to planning and executing on our facilities projects and our clinical services development. Thank you. Brendan Fitzpatrick, who is the Executive Director of our Alamance Cancer Center, Alamance Regional Cancer Center. Brendan, thank you. And let me take note of this, that while we are standing here today on the site of our new Emergency Department and Surgical Services Division, we have an equally awesome structure going up on the other side of the facility for our new cancer center. And we raised the final beam there last week. And as we did with this beam, we took an opportunity to really have that be a community event as well, because we had cancer survivors, we had current cancer patients, we had families of cancer patients, and all of our cancer staff that gathered around that beam to put some special inspirational messages that will live forever as a part of that structure. So I did want to make sure that we recognize that. Cindy Johnson, who's our Clinical Services Director at the Alamance Cancer Center. Cindy, thank you. Debbie Hunt, our Nursing Director of Emergency Services. Where's Debbie? There you are. Lana Gladhill, who directs our surgical services. Lana, thanks for being out here. Dick Donahue, our Senior Vice President, who is the executive sponsor and the executive in charge of this project, doing a wonderful job. Lee Gillis, our Chief Nursing Officer and Senior Vice President. Preston Hammock, our Hospital President and Chief Operating Officer. Rex Street, our Chief Financial Officer, is not with us. He is doing things that Chief Financial Officers do during this time, but I did want to recognize Rex. Bob Bird, Senior Vice President, Community Health and Physician Network. Bob. Vicki Moran, Vice President for Operations. And Mandy Eaton, Vice President, Chief Human Resources Officer. And I always need to ask this, have I left anyone out that I need to make special mention of? Dr. Jonathan Williams, our Emergency Services Director, Chief ER Physician. Thank you for being with us. Anyone else? Great, thank you. This has, to this point, been a fantastic experience from a building standpoint. We have enjoyed having a great building planning team as a part of this project. I'm told that as of right now, we're actually 2 hours ahead of schedule, and that every minute that I stand up here is cutting into to keeping us on time and under budget. And if there's two things you want to hear with a program of this size, this is a $62 million investment. And if there's one thing you want to hear, it's on time and on budget. And we've been rewarded with great news. We broke ground back in January, and the day we broke ground, it started raining. And we have been working out of mud. Gentlemen, I admire you. I've been looking out my window, seeing what you're doing. I know there are a lot of days that a lot of our building team went home covered with mud and pretty discouraged about the weather, but nonetheless, you've brought these structures out of the ground in some tough times, and we appreciate everything that you're doing to keep our project on schedule. We have some great key building partners, the KBR Building Group, and Monty Wood's going to come share a few thoughts with us in just a moment. Clark Patterson Lee, our architectural firm. Put your hand up there. And our engineering firms of Dewberry and Fitzpatrick. We're most appreciative of all your work. In your book is a list of the local subcontractors and suppliers that are our partners in this project. We're glad to have that partnership, and we thank you very much for what you're doing to make indeed this a building something special project in new facilities. So right now, I would like to welcome Monty Wood, who's a project executive with the KBR Building Group, to come to give us a construction update. Monty, come join us.
Thank you, John. The first thing you'll notice, folks, is that growing up in rural North Carolina, my delivery's not quite as eloquent as John's. I'm just a construction worker, so this is not something I do with a lot of frequency, but thank you very much, John. As John mentioned, when we broke ground back in January, Bill and Diane were in charge of weather. For about the first 90 days, they kind of missed it, but they got it right today. So Bill and Diane, thank you very much for the nice weather today. Let's see, John spoke for about 15 minutes, so now we're down to an hour and 45 minutes ahead of schedule. I'll take about 2 minutes and then we'll move on. Inside the little program, someone kind of did some of the same type research that I had conducted on the topping out ceremony. So there goes 45 seconds of my minute and a half. But our research does indicate the topping out ceremonies began in Scandinavia somewhere back around 700 AD. And were carried over into Europe and progressed on to our current culture. That was obviously contained to fairly small type construction homes, barn raisings, if any of you know what barn raisings are. And then the owner would reward the people who worked and help them out with their construction process with a meal. So in just a couple of minutes, we're going to continue that tradition of rewarding all of our folks with a meal. As with any type of construction project or any ceremony of this nature, there's a lot of people to thank. If I tried to name names, I would obviously omit someone. So what I'd like to do again is echo John's thoughts with thanking Bill and Diane particularly for their direction, their hard work, and their guidance as we move forward with our project. The design team of Clark, Patterson, Lee, Fitzpatrick, and Dewberry, guys, you have been phenomenal to work with. You're very responsive to our needs. I couldn't ask for a better design team to work with, and we thank you very, very much for your help and your support. Our KBR team, yes, they deserve a big round of applause. A big round of applause. Our KBR team, beginning with the pre-construction team, you guys did a great job helping us work through our estimate, through our budgets, and then coming to terms with one that we could work with Bill and his staff, and still provide them with the product and the facility that they're looking for. Guys on site, our particular KBR team, they're working a lot of hours. They're working nights, weekends. They're working hard. They're doing a great job. Thank you very much. And as John noted, the guys in the field, you're the guys making it happen. You're the guys working in the mud, working in the rain. You go home every day with bruised knuckles and sore joints and sore knees. Thank you very much, guys. And this is just a small token of our appreciation. This is a monumental event. And at the conclusion of today, we will begin working and planning on our grand opening. So at this point in time, our facility behind us is scheduled to finish up about the end of August. We'll immediately move into the renovation and be complete with the emergency addition at the end of the year. And as far as the cancer center, it's on schedule, running well, and it'll be complete at the end of the year as well. I want to thank all of you folks for all of your help, your support. It's truly a team effort that we've made it this far with this monumental milestone, and we look forward to continued success. Thank you.
Thank you, Monty, and again, thank you and your team for a phenomenal job. You know, when we first started envisioning this project, it was projected to be an 18-month build, and our board challenged us to shorten that length of time, and with some really innovative planning and a lot of commitment on the part of our building team, that time frame has been compressed significantly. And just to give you an example of what's happening, we're now 2 shifts a day, 6 days a week to get these facilities online to benefit our community. And that was, that the reason there is, yes, we want to have a successful project. We want to bring it online as soon as possible. But the reason is not to just get it done. The reason is so that we can begin to better serve patients. These buildings, these facilities are going to bless people in the way that our staff here at Alamance Regional blesses people every day through their work. So it just magnifies what we're able to do. And since in the spirit of these facilities enabling us to bless people, I want to ask Chaplain Jackie Allen to come forward and give us a blessing for a continued safe project and thankfulness for the occasion today. Jackie.
Let us join our hearts and minds in prayer. Most gracious God, we are thankful for the beauty of this day, for the gentle breeze that blows, for the warm sunshine that invigorates us, for the gorgeous creation around us that reminds us of your gifts to us. Lord, we're thankful for the process of this construction, thankful for the accomplishments, thankful for the men and the women who have worked diligently to bring this structure into being. We're also thankful for their safety, as you have watched over them, as they have skillfully and patiently placed beams into place, giving structure to a dream, to a hope, to a plan for the care of this community. We lift this beam today as a final touch in that major structure. Lord, may it remind us that we are building a gift, a place of service, a place of hope, a place of healing. As we offer our words on this piece of metal, may they be ingrained in our heart and carry as a mission in our hearts as we minister to those who cross our paths. Bless those that will continue to work on this structure. Bless those of us who will have the honor and the privilege of working within it. May we always carry your love forward. Amen.
Thank you, Jackie. So now I think we're ready to hoist this beam. Thank you, Buckner Steele. I think you can see why this project is coming together so well. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Thank you once again to our building team. May you be safe, and may we continue to be successful together. Thank you for joining us. Let's have lunch.